Guys, I know it's kind of loud right now. It's raining really hard, but I really wanted to get this video done and get it done tonight because I'm really excited to do this. It's been 2 months since I've done my last video, which was on the pipe cannon, and I am majorly excited to share this one with you. Today we are going to be talking about my other inventions. I'm not going to be showcasing, like testing any of them, but we are going to be diving into what makes them work, how they work, the kind of mechanics, science behind it. I'm going to try to explain it as best as I can. I am not an expert on the science and mechanics behind them, but I am definitely going to try my best for you guys. So on that note, I'm going to switch this over to a front cam. We're going to be looking down on my workshop table, and I'm going to be showing you the pipe blaster of a small size that can be labeled as a small pistol. Not really. Blaster? Yeah, blaster. We're just going with blaster. Yeah. We're gonna do that. Okay, this camera's a little weird, but hopefully I'm close enough that you guys can hear me over the rain and hear me pretty well. And so we are going to start out with my first projectile invention, and that is the pipe cannon. Not the pipe cannon. The pipe pistol Mark 1. See, the camera's starting to do the thingy. Okay, so this was, well, this idea just came from, I was bored one day, I was just like, you know what? I got a couple of M80s, let's blow some stuff up. And then I was thinking about it, and I was like, well, you know, old-fashioned flintlocks, they work. You shove explosive powder into a barrel, and then you light it, and it goes boom, and launches a projectile. And that's probably not exactly how they... Ooh, glass. Probably not exactly how they work, but that's how I was thinking that day. So I took an M80, shoved it into the end of one of these pieces of lead or stainless steel pipe, and just lit it. I stuck a rock or something in the end, lit it, and it went off, and it launched, and I was like, wow, that is really cool. I bet you I could do something with that. And so I went to hacking and sawing at this lead pipe, and I got this T-joint off. And this T-joint right here, there's a lot of reasons why the Mark II is better. And we're going to start with the size. Now, the size of this, it's fairly big, and it's a T-joint. It being a T-joint in itself is a problem. It works really well for adding the handle and everything, but it caused a major issue, and that was energy loss. One thing about these is that M80s only have so much power, as do most explosives. They only have so much power. It only goes to a certain extent before it's done, and if you want the best effect out of using them, you don't want any of it to go to waste. You don't want it to escape anywhere other than where you're trying to direct it. And so this bottom, this wasn't here. I had to clog this because my first trial, I blasted, it had dirt or something clogged in there, and I wasn't thinking. I really wanted to get it done. I was really excited, kind of like I am with this video, and it launched just scalding hot dirt straight towards my fingers. It was terrible. It hurt a lot, and I learned from my mistakes, and I went through 4 different bottoms to get this right, and it still doesn't work. It still has all this extra space right up in here, where energy can be lost. And if we take off the end cap, go looking down here, it's fairly, now let me get that lined up. is fairly, just barely on the inside of this riveting right here, larger than an M80. So there's also that. It's not snug enough to also increase energy efficiency, or decrease energy loss. So that was another big major issue I was having. And then the cap took, believe it or not, it looks fairly simple, but it took me maybe 6 or 7 different times to get this cap right for this, to find something that had the right threading, just from scraps that I found lying around that would screw on. And that also was sealed at the back, that I had to seal myself at the back to maximize energy efficiency and decrease energy loss, which still has a decent amount of loss because it is, in fact, kind of hollow in there. So there's a lot of energy loss in this, and the barrel was another big factor with that, because of how big it is. Like, I can stick my thumb in there, that's how big it is. I tried to clean it out too, and that didn't help. You can see my marks and stuff because I don't have the proper equipment, but that's okay. I improvised. And that was another big issue. I wanted something that would shoot longer, harder, faster, stronger. And basically you would open it up, M80 would go in there. I cut this ridge into it with a saw, this slit, and that's where the fuse would go. Then you'd light the fuse, the explosion would happen enclosed in here, but it would go in this direction too, instead of being forced where it should have been directly this way, which is what normal actual firearms do. They force all of the gunpowder and all the explosion and the expanding gases and stuff from the gunpowder igniting, and wow, it is raining hard, from all of the gunpowder igniting to propel the lead or projectile out of the end. And you'll normally see with everything except for maybe a shotgun, I think, that the barrel is slightly smaller than the chamber. So right here we have the Mark II, and I had to back it up, or re-angle the camera and back this up slightly, and it won't focus. There we go. Okay, so I guess I'm gonna have to bring it forward. Not really the aesthetics, because you guys can kind of see that already. If it'll stop frickin' focusing. It's a video, Jesus. So already you can notice that it's not a T-joint this time. It's just a piece of the lead barrel from the other one. It's not from that one, but it's from the same pipe that I got the Mark I from, which you can't see, it's over there. And the reason I did that was it was so snug with the M80 that there was no power loss going around the outside of it, around this side of it. The M80 fits very snug in there, and it's very energy efficient when it comes to it. You can kind of see it anywhere. I like it. It's nice. You also notice that the back isn't as hollow. It doesn't have as much energy loss either. And what helps with that... gonna cut that out. Hopefully. Ooh, hey, wait a second. Oh man, I thought I had a new projectile. Guess not. Anyway. Yeah. It is mounted on there with one of these little clamp thingies. You can see it right there. Pipe clamps, pipe fasteners. You know what I mean. Onto a wood handle that I had grinded out myself. Haha, make your jokes. I gave it some sights, which aren't accurate at all, as you can see. I gave it a much smaller, it's longer, but it's smaller. It's a smaller width, or smaller diameter barrel that is much longer with some holes in it, because it actually, believe it or not, this thing actually had some kick, and the holes actually kind of helped. I used it as almost a compensator. I drilled 2 here, like one on this side, one on the opposite side, one on the top, and one on the bottom. And this helped increase the range, increase the accuracy, and since it was smaller, it forced the power of the explosion that was in here to focus itself down and kind of funnel itself into there and push the projectile out. And I actually have some of the projectiles over here. Show you some of them in just a second. Right here. And here we have a very small, kind of sharp one. And you can't load these in the back. There is you can't see it, but inside there is another ring that stops these from falling in if there's not an M80 in there. So if you don't put an M80 in these, you can put the barrel, it's basically a muzzle loader. You can put the ammunition into the barrel, slide it in there, then it's ready to go. And then I can actually blow into this and fire this out, and I'll do that for you guys right now, and I'll shoot it, I'll fire it right around there, and you'll see it come out, and you'll see it come out with a little bit of force. I'm not an M80, so. I don't know if you guys saw that, but it's kind of like a blowgun when you do that. And I lost the ammo. That's okay. I got another one over here that's a snugger fit. And as you can see, this one isn't hanging down. It's not drooping as much. And that's because, well, it's designed to not droop as much. It's designed. I designed these, and it's kind of flat because I've used this one a bunch, but I designed these to fit as snug against the barrel as possible to create the most efficiency around this and the most force to be pushing it out, so I can get the most out of this. I wanted to make a very efficient version of my Mark I, one that would not only look better, but act much better, and I was basically refining the Mark I. I was bringing it to almost its full potential. I'll talk about what I hope its full potential is in a moment, and I'm really excited about it. But yeah, this is, they're really fun. They're really fun. Like I said, I added the sights. I added this kind of barbed wire texture to it. I added this gear kind of at the end. Gave it a kind of steampunky-ish, futuristic-ish, kind of a Fallout vibe, which is what I kind of based the name off of. Because I really wanted to see if it was possible with a Mark II too, to maybe not even use M80s in the first place. Maybe use actual live 22 rounds. And all those attempts were failures because I don't have the right material. But I would love the right material to do so. That, I feel like that would be really fun. That'd be a really fun video to try to recreate it, pinpoint almost exactly as the game does. I want to go down through bit by bit and look at every detail of the pipe weapons in Fallout, and well, Fallout 4 mainly, and see if it is possible to, in fact, build them exactly as they are in that game. I feel like that would be a really cool video. But, yeah. You see, these just kind of screw on, and that is kind of the problem why it's so crooked. But as crooked as it might look, you every once in a while you'll get it where it's not crooked. But I went through more configurations with this than the Mark 1s back because of the fact that this doesn't have threading. So I had to find something that would thread itself into there. I think I'm saying that right. I hope I am. That would thread itself into there and hold it secure. And reason I have done thread is because I hope I'm English incorrect. Let me know if I'm English incorrect. It's because it creates so much more friction against the two pieces and so a much more secure hold than anything else that I had available to do that. And I have not had one of these blow off that uses threading yet. Only this part, only the backs, the very actual backs of the backs blow off when they're threaded. And yeah, that is the Mark II. Very, very energy efficient compared to the Mark 1. And I'll set this one right here and set the Mark 1 in front of it just so you can see that the similarities and the difference. And I'll bring the camera. You see there, one, you can tell that this one is much longer, but there's a lot of differences and a lot smaller in the barrel area, a lot smaller in the chamber. Yeah, that is the Mark 1 and Mark 2 of my pipe weapons. Well, not weapons, blasters. Now I'm going to show you guys the pressure rifle, that thing that I did a kind of commercial on because I felt bad for not posting anything for a while. I'm going to show you guys that and show you guys how it works. And just a disclaimer, please try not to do any of this at home. It's definitely not safe to be handling explosives in this manner at all. It really isn't. You can get severely hurt, and I'm going to get the pressure rifle. Now this is the pressure rifle. And this is not an original idea. I don't know if I said that in the other video. This is not a original idea. I took this idea off of a guy named Peter Stripple. Please don't hate me if I mispronounced your name. He's an amazing YouTuber. He really is. He creates really awesome stuff. He's like one of my top favorites. I have maybe 3 favorite inventing YouTubers, 4 favorite YouTubers overall, 5 favorite YouTubers, 6, 7. We're gonna say 3 favorite inventing for now. 3 favorite inventing YouTubers, not strictly my favorite. And this is not what I wanted to talk about. Anyway, the pressure rifle. I guess you could turn it into a pressure pistol, because this does, in fact, come apart. It comes apart pretty easy. And I think first I'm going to show you the easiest part, which is the stock. You can see it goes right up there. It's got a shoulder thing that I made. I actually need to file that down. It's going to hopefully not cut up my jacket too bad. And I gave it a folding grip, a folding handle, just because I thought it would be cool, you know, give it a kind of new vibe. Not new vibe, but a different vibe from other things, from other people's inventions and stuff like that, so you can just, you know, you couldn't see that, but you just kind of, yeah, fold it like that, just carry it around, you know, it gives it an easier carry instead of by the handle, which I guess would be easy too. You know what? I did it because I want to. I did it because I want to. Okay? I did it because I want to. Let's just leave it at that. I'm losing my mind! Ah! Okay. Folding handle. This is the stock. This is the handle. Here is my handle. Here is my stock. Okay. To the part. Okay. This is where the beauty is at, right here. So you can see it. I have built in a stock handle adapter thing to it since the last time you guys saw it from the commercial. It's changed a lot, and I am sorry about the commercial. I apologize. But yeah, as you guys can see, I think it gives it a more of a kind of futuristic, another apocalyptic kind of vibe. I really like it. I really like what it does. I think it's really nifty, and it's just a release nozzle that's closed and that's open. So when you heat up the water, you'd have it in this position, and then you can either use your hand or try. Oh, you can't see my face. Ah! Or try to use a wire hanger to flip this back. I will be doing a video on this too. I will be doing a video separately on all of my projectile weapons, of testing them and showing them in actual function, actually working. Show them actually working. And I think it'll be really cool. But anyway, back to this because I'm getting way off topic. So it has the one-way valve which releases the pressure built up, or the steam. Actually, I have to adjust that later. And it's held together with the clamps, the pipe clamps. I can't get over pipe clamps. I really like them for some reason. I don't know why. And how you fill this up is, if you can see right here, if you guys can see, that right there. It's not a completely finished project. This is my Mark 1 after all. That just kind of unscrews from there, like that. I'm sure you guys can see. Like that. And you just fill that up with water. Then, after you filled up with water, I wanted to do something like Peter's Triple, with the heating element inside, making it kind of like a water heater in itself, and create a lot of steam and build up a lot of pressure and release it, just so I wouldn't have to use blowtorch. But I don't even have close to the materials that he had to even try to do that. I don't even have a pressure gauge for it. I based it on the rubber tubing that the steam is going out of. As soon as it expands too much is when I know, or expands to a certain amount, is when I know, hey, might need to quit. So what you do to boil the water, as you guys saw, you use blowtorch. I love using these. I use these a lot for a lot of things. Oh, it's warm. It's cold in here, guys. Oh, it's really warm. Don't do that at home. Don't do it at home. Don't play with one of these either. Bad juju. No good. No good. But yeah, use this to heat up Water in there, and then it creates the pressure. You can see the steam coming off from the leftover water in there already. But yeah, none of these go together, as some of you people who work in plumbing, or some of you guys who just work with copper piping and stuff in general, copper fittings and stuff, will realize none of these are supposed to go together really at all. I forced, and really, please don't do this if you were working with pressure at all. Don't do this. I used that's the wrong thing. I used this hydraulic press in the background, right there, to force all of these together. And when you're working with pressure, that is a bad idea, because these are forced together, and you're creating pressure that's working against the... No, there's still steam coming out of there. That's working against the amount of pressure you have put to put these together. It's working against that, so these... I'm glad this is Mark 1, because these could shoot off at any moment, releasing a lot of hot steam, flying hot projectile, and could really hurt me or people around me. That's why I test these by myself, putting myself at risk, nobody else, because I want to know what'll happen. But yeah, that is the pressure rifle. Screws back on. You guys don't know the pain it was to find or figure out how to make this out here, to be able to light this without burning the wood and unscrew it to reload it. You guys don't know my pain. You really don't. You really, really don't. You guys have it good. You guys can see me do this after all the frustration, after all the hard work I put in. You guys get to sit at home and watch it. You know, it's a great system we have here. But, yeah, it's a lot of fun. Don't do it at home at all. Unless you're an actual professional in doing these kinds of things, and working with pressure and things like that. Or if you're a professional idiot like the rest of us who have built stuff similar to this. We are professional idiots that are very, very good at what we do. As idiots. Very, very lucky professional idiots at that, with good educations. On what we're doing. Don't go hating on me because I said we have good education. I believe everybody should have an opportunity for good education. And now I'm getting defensive. So we're going to move on to the next thing that I have already shown you guys, and then we're going to talk about my idea for the future science of a couple of these weapons that aren't weapons, that are blasters. So give me just a second, I'll grab that, and we will continue on. Different right now, and I know I said we were going to do a thing on the pipe cannon, but it's been a day or two, and I don't know. It's still raining really hard, if you guys can believe that. It's terrible, absolutely terrible. Actually, no, I really like the rain. But yeah, I just got done shooting a couple of photos of my new shield and stuff. Well, it's not new, it's old, but I did a repaint on it and stuff. With my Wakandan shields and stuff like that. If you want to go look at that and see me slowly progressing my inventions up, and looking at that, stuff like the pressure rifle and things like that, I will leave a link to my Instagram in the description below. You can check out all the awesome stuff that I'm working on and slowly building up to there. But I figured I'd get right into just skipping right to the end, because I'm pretty sure you guys can already figure out how the pipe cannon works. You release propane, gas expands when you hit the ignition switch and launches the projectile out. But where I see this channel going in the future, man. For future, I don't know. If I'm going to be honest, guys, I really don't. I'm hoping that this goes well for now. I like doing it. I like showing my inventions off. I love inventing. I'm extremely inspired by the hacksmith. He is, his whole crew and everything, they're my heroes. But where I see the future of this channel going, with invention-wise, is definitely hydrogen. If I can get a hydrogen generator built, I feel like that would be awesome. That being said, I can make things like an upgraded pipe cannon, upgraded pipe pistols, hopefully, all sorts of different stuff that I really, really, really would like to do, and I think it would be really fun. That being said, I don't know how long it's going to be until I get the hydrogen generator built. Until then, I'm going to try to continue to post videos. I keep everybody... keep everybody updated and things like that. Keep everybody updated and things like that through Instagram and small videos on smaller projects. And I mean, I don't know. I have some other future ideas, like for the next year or so forward. And those are really big for me anyway. And I hope they work out, I really do. They're pretty interesting. Whatever you want to call it. But yeah. Hydrogen is definitely where I want to go with this channel, with you guys who watch the channel, who love the channel, already in its infancy. And I want to see what I can do with that. Maybe an Iron Man repulsor. That would be freaking neat. I think that would be great. Especially since the hacksmith and them and those guys who work in the industry might be my heroes, my legit real-life heroes. Tony Stark is my dream hero. He is who I would want to be if I could be anybody. I mean, there's a lot of different things that he has in the comics and movies and everything available to him that I don't have available to me, that not really anybody has really available to them. And even if they have the money, they don't want to do that thing with it, put it towards an effort like that, like the suit or whatever, or repulsors and stuff like that. But yeah, for right now, I'm working small. The pressure rifle, the pipe cannons, the pipe pistols, those things. I'm just gonna stick with those types of small projects for right now. Learning my boundaries, learning my limits as I work up to the hydrogen generator, as I work up to the big thing that I'm going to be able to do in the next year. That is my hopes. Those are my hopes for this channel. And I really hope you guys like what I'm doing. I really hope you guys enjoy what I am trying to bring to the table. And what I'm trying to do, because I love doing it. And I love sharing it with you guys. And on that note, I hope you guys have a great month, week, year, day, however long it's going to be until I post the next video. And just keep going, follow your dreams, don't let things get in your way. Don't have these obstacles there that are going to, that you think are going to hinder you, because there's nothing that can hinder you except for yourself. There are no boundaries set in your way except for the ones that you set for yourself, and you can get past anything. And on that note, You guys are awesome. I will catch you guys in the next video. I hope you have a wonderful time. Until then, peace.